For this week's vlog, we were given two different articles to analyze, and they were out of the same magazine entitled Bitch. The first article that I will be analyzing is the one that I enjoyed the most, which is Craving the Other by Ho. And the second article that I'll be analyzing is On the Table by Sarah. Trying to note that from the first article that I'll be analyzing, Craving the Other by Ho, is written in first person, so we are actually like experiencing the writer's thoughts like firsthand. It's almost as if like I was reading a journal from her, and I was able to experience her feelings through her statements about mostly food. Taking a look at the audience in the article of Craving the Other, I think it's important to highlight a piece of the text where Ho talks about how people would come up to her and say, "Oh, you're Vietnamese, well, I love pho," and how that would just like really annoy her. So just putting myself into her own shoes, I thought about how I would feel if someone came up to me and say, "Oh, you're African American, well, you know, I like spaghetti or fried chicken." Like, I would completely feel like, why are you saying this to me? I would almost like probably just stare at them and not say anything back. Like, it was just not a comforting statement to anyone, and I think that's what Hope felt. So her intended audience for Craving the Others would be people who use other like parts of people's culture to as like as something for them to think that they understand a person when they truly don't, based off of some small aspect of their culture. So then would be that just because you like the food of a culture doesn't mean that you're a part of it. Honestly, that you know anything about it or what it's like to be of that particular culture. You honestly don't know anything just because you eat a certain type of food or you listen to a certain type of music of a culture. You may think you do, but you don't truly know what it is to be one of that culture. In the beginning, Ho stated that, she tried to appropriate her culture by eating American food and, wanting to fit in and everything. But then when she got older, she realized to just take in who she really was and not let other people appropriate her culture. One of the things that I really liked about Craving the Other is that it was really descriptive. So like when she talked about the different foods, like I actually could picture them, like the way she described it. So I thought that was important because it made it easier for me to like read and understand how she felt. So in the beginning, Ho wanted to fit in with people, like if she wanted to eat American food, but her grandmother would make her like food from Vietnam and stuff, and she honestly wasn't too interested in the beginning. And then like there was like a major shift change, like when she became older. People would come up to her and say the things like I stated before, like, "Oh, I love pho." It kind of seemed like people were just using her culture to try and connect with her, and like they were using it just as like a social status, like to say like, "Oh, like just to try and connect with her, to make it seem like it was some type of popularity or anything." And honestly, Ho didn't like that. She thought that it was just kind of too much for her. Like she didn't really want to be a part of the tone for Craving the Others. I think that her tone was pretty gentle because honestly, if I was writing this, I'd probably be a little more harsh because it's like that's not cool to say to someone like, "Oh, you're Vietnam, I love pho." Like I don't know, that's like really sticking with me. So like I honestly think that my tone would have been a lot harsher than this. But I think she handled it well, and honestly, it was kind of humorous at times. Just like her opinion on like Americans. I definitely agree with Ho in her article. Just because you feel like you know someone's culture, just because you ate somewhere that sells the food that they eat, or you typically eat the food on a different occasion, or you listen to their music, it doesn't mean that you can like say, racist remarks or bigotry comments to other people because like of that particular culture. Like it's just not right. It's unfair. And you wouldn't like it, honestly, if it was done to you. So I think people should just stay away from that. Like, that's a really touchy subject. And honestly, for me, I would not like someone coming up to me saying what I previously stated, like, oh, you're African American, well, I like this food, because I honestly probably would snap. Because I don't know, that's just me. I think that this article is extremely important, and a lot of people should take notes on this article because, yeah, just take notes. And I think that this was an important read for this class, um, because we've been kind of trying to find ways where we could do our project for, I guess. I don't know how this honestly relates to project for, but I think it was a good read, and that's just about. As I stated before, Out of the Frying Pan by Sarah Stratford is also written in this same magazine. I think that's important to underline. So let's just underline that before I go into the analysis of this next piece. So now here is where I think this article makes sense for Project 4, because in this article, Out of the Frying Pan, she's actually taking a statement from someone else and she's analyzing and saying why she disagrees with this statement. So in Project 4, you know how we're remixing and we're turning something into a lie, or we're completely changing it, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I think that this is where Project 4 comes into play and why it's important for our class. The audience for this text was also pretty simple. I thought out that it would be like women raising families that had to do with like the food industry and whatnot. The tone of this article would be informative. It states that we had just like a major shift change, like within our economy and everything else that was going on. So in this new era, we went from getting like our foods fresh and going home to cook them, like, and things like that, to now the market being more focused on like convenience food. So people could have all these pre-made foods and, you know, pre-made things. They could take it back to the house because they, you know, had to go to work now. Sketches weren't super important in the article to me, but I couldn't help but notice them. They stood out because they were obviously little sketches on the page, and I couldn't help but see them. There were like sketches of canned foods and stuff like that, which is convenience food and what we are focusing on. And Jasper isn't super happy with the fact that we went from making our own foods in the kitchen to now everything is being produced by other people through convenience food. So basically we're straying away from that, and that's not such a good thing. Was that we basically deteriorated from where we were, and now women are thinking that they're able to be more than what they can. I think that this was a nice article. However, I don't think women only need to get back in the kitchen. I think that men need to also get in the kitchen, because we have the same basically duties now, if not more, than men, with taking care of family and kids, etc. Everybody can help out.